My brethren, my sisters, it is yet again time for another horror reaction. You guys have made it very, 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 very crystal clear that you guys love when I react to horror animations. I see the views. We're over 300 views. 426 views, guys. You guys are nuts. You guys are insane, bro. But nah, on a more serious note, I see the views, man. I see the likes. And I just want to say to everybody that is viewing, to all the viewers that are viewing me and watching my stuff, I just want to personally thank you for the support, the love. Like, I really appreciate it. Like, you guys are rock stars, man. Honestly, you guys, you motivate me to do more, and I am going to do more. And when my equipment finally gets here, everything will change. The quality will. I've said it in the past, in a couple of past vids, but I'm telling y'all, once the stuff gets here, everything's gonna be different. The camera, the audio, it's all gonna be good, man. I'm just waiting on that day. And yeah, man, honestly, I really just want to thank y'all for sticking with me. And also, congrats. We went from 24 subscribers to 32 subscribers. I mean, it's a big achievement. Like, it's a big achievement for me, I would say, because, you know, I was literally at 24 subscribers like a couple days ago, and then all of a sudden, boom, now we're at 32 subs, and I have over 300 viewers. Like, I never had any of that. I think the most I've ever gotten was probably a short, and now I'm ranting, I'm just yapping. You guys aren't here for me. No. You guys aren't here for me. You guys aren't here for old Corey. No, you're here for the reactions. Huh? Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying. Did you just tell me to get back from the camera? What you gonna do about it? Huh? Huh? What you gonna do? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to physical, you know. I never like to do that, you know. I never do. But like I said, no. You guys aren't here for me. You're here for the reaction, right? You're just here for the reactions, the gameplays, all of that, right? Right. I'm gonna go get me a water now. You better have your snacks. If you don't have your snacks, I will find you. I know where you live. Why are you still sitting? Get up off your couch, get up off your bed, go in that kitchen, or go downstairs, go in the cabinet, get some snacks. I don't want to have to crack on your chin bones. I can see you. Get up. Is that a freaking gnat? I'm about to freaking gnat flew in my room. That does not take away from this moment. Get your snacks. I'll see y'all in a jump cut. You still sitting there, ain't you? Yo, if I gotta tell you one more. Alrighty. Hold up, let me get some water. Oh my gosh. I just spilled the water. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna completely ignore the fact that I just spilled a little bit of water. What y'all thinking? What should we do today? Let's do, you know what, let's see what these 12 horror stories talking about. It's about 50 minutes. I don't know if we're gonna watch all of them, but we'll watch a few. I hope y'all got off y'all behinds and grab some snacks. Buckle up, cause it's gonna get scary. Sorry. I guess we ain't gonna do that one then. Let me see.
You're in for a treat.
Oh, but we can do these ones. Bro, that's so dumb, bro. Alright. Let me see. OnlyFans. Oh, nah. Guys, no matter what you do, never do OnlyFans, gang. Never be that down bad, bro. Like, never. Like, just don't. You can't ever be that down bad, bro. This is a beyond level of down bad. Like, you took your credit card and just started simping at girls. Like, to all my boy viewers, never, ever do this. Okay? Capiche? Alright. Enjoy the video, folks.
I was in my early 20s and was unfortunately unemployed.
Okay.
The stress of not having a job while living with the obligation of having student loans, in addition to the monthly payments for my student housing, always weighed heavy on my shoulders.
Right.
I was a student majoring within the medical field, so it was always inevitable that the majority of my time was delegated to schoolwork and applying for jobs online, as I was living off the funds I made from my last retail job. The quality of my life at this time was both extremely stressful and depressing, as I would literally live off eating crackers and cheap instant noodle packs.
Dang.
I would even go as far as to sleep hungry sometimes, just to save every last dollar possible to help pay for my rent and school funds. I remember staying up late one night, as I had a biology exam coming up within a few days. I could recall being overwhelmed from the monotonous material I was drilling into my head, when I heard a loud knock on my door. Sarah? Sarah, can you answer the door? It's Charlie. Hello? I know you're in there.
Dang, let me get to the door
watching
first.
TV 5 minutes ago.
Yes? What do you want, Charlie?
I need to talk to you. Can you please answer the door? Hey, Sarah. You know your rent is due, right?
I'll get it to you by tomorrow. I've just been a little flustered with school.
Don't worry. You can give it to me tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Charlie. You're a
To
lifesaver.
make it easier on you, I do take other forms of payment.
Pump the brakes, Big Willie. Talking about some, I don't know what that was, but I think I may have hit something, but as I was saying, this freaking dude, this scumbag, talking about some, I can make it easy on you if you want. I also accept other form of payment. If you don't get the freak out of my face, sir.
I'm good. I'll just pay you tomorrow.
What's wrong, Sarah? I'm just trying to help a pretty little girl like you out.
Bruh!
Don't you want my help? Don't worry. It'll only take
I don't
5
want your
minutes
help,
tops.
sir.
We'll act like nothing ever happened. Imagine not having to worry of paying a single bill again, Sarah, for just a measly 5 minutes of your time. Did I ever tell you that you look just as beautiful as my daughter?
I said I'm good.
You better pay me tomorrow, you...
Bruh. He's wildin'. He's actually wildin', bro.
Settling vibes from my landlord the day I moved in here, but
I would've been
unfortunately
moved out.
couldn't really do much,
Not me, coach.
as the housing market for students around the area were either occupied or
Not
way
me,
over
fam.
my budget. As busy as I was with school, I was always a social butterfly at heart and had a pretty decent following on my social media. I unfortunately didn't make any money online, but I did have about a couple hundred fans in my DMs and comment section asking if I had an OnlyFans. I, of course, didn't own one, as I was always hesitant in encountering weirdos within the online world.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to run into the risk of being recognized by any school colleagues or relatives for that matter, considering the internet was a large place where anything could be shared or screen recorded nowadays. At the time that this occurred, I was extremely eager to make any form of income without having to deal with the hassle of working a regular job, which is why I ultimately decided to sign up for an OnlyFans account.
Oh my
I
gosh.
decided to take a couple of provocative
Another one
selfies
bites
of
the dust,
myself while
y'all.
wearing some outfits that I thought would be appealing to the rather large male audience I had accumulated through my years on social media. I even went as far to take self-portraits of myself in bed, using a professional camera I had owned from a while ago.
Is that the same
I
person?
remember uploading a catalog of images on my
She looked
profile
different every
and
image.
promoting it on my Instagram story, just to see if there was going to be any first-time buyers willing to see the other side of me. I made sure to hide the stories from my close relatives, especially my mother, as I didn't want them knowing I wanted to explore the mature side of myself,
Oh, boy.
and that I wasn't solely depending on making a living using OnlyFans.
Sure you aren't.
I can recall it not even being 5 minutes yet, when I noticed a notification on OnlyFans. I then refreshed my homepage, only to see that I got my first paid subscriber. If I had to be honest, I was quite thrilled at the notion that anyone would be interested in me, or should I say my looks. I remember the user then sending a message saying, "Hey beautiful, happy to be your first OnlyFans sub." I typed.
Thank you. Let me know if you'd like to see more.
The user then playfully requested for several provocative pictures of myself wearing lingerie.
Yeah, that dude, Sam, don't be that guy. I don't want to ever see or hear any kind of stories about y'all being down bad. Because if I do, I'm going to cook you.
It's a little uncomfortable hearing such a request.
Take that as you will.
In the back of my head that this was going to take some getting used to, especially if I wanted to pursue a potential career on OnlyFans. Regardless of who this person was, I decided to take the requested pictures in front of a mirror using my cell phone. I then uploaded the images onto my laptop and charged the man a lump sum of $50 per photo. The man then responded, "I want to be your one and only customer forever." I obviously found this a bit alarming, but casually brushed it off by telling the user I was going to go study and that I was going to catch him later. I then made my way to the kitchen to make some instant noodles, while resuming the dreadful exam preparation I had procrastinated on since the beginning of the day. I remember studying for at least a good 2 hours straight before calling it a night. I then headed back to my bedroom, only to notice my laptop was still open, and wanted to see if there was any further activity with my OnlyFans account.
Of
That's
course
when
she
I saw
does.
at least 100 unread messages coming from the
Oh
same
my
user
God.
that I had interacted with earlier. The messages varied from things like, "Where are you?" to, "Hello? I've been waiting for you for hours now."
We're gonna skip past that. Thank you.
Just one of them offering to pay me $100 if I sent a video of myself crying on camera. I couldn't tell if this guy was joking or if it was some sort of sick of his, but I decided to oblige as I really needed the money. I began to screen record a
surprise
video
there.
of myself using my webcam and began to force myself to cry by thinking of sad things like the death of my grandmother or
What
the
the
divorce of my
freak,
parents
bro?
and how my dad left my mom hanging to be a deadbeat dad. I eventually stopped the filming and sent the video to the user for a price tag of $100. About 5 seconds later, the user immediately sends another odd request, as if he disregarded my last video and was craving for more. The message read, "Can you stick your finger down your throat and vomit in a bucket? I'll pay."
What the frick am I watching? I chose this, but I had no idea what the frick we were gonna be watching. What is this dude doing? Seriously. Do you see this face of disgust? I'm disgusted. Nasty work. Diabolical work. As a matter of fact, call that devious work. That right there is what you call a nasty bull. But I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all get back to the reaction. Alright?
To the user for a price tag of $100. About 5 seconds later, the user immediately sends another odd request.
Ain't no way,
as if
bro.
he disregarded my
No
last
way.
video and was craving for more. The message read, "Can you stick your finger down your throat and vomit in a bucket? I'll pay you another $100.
What the hell?
Freaking weirdo.
What a freaking weirdo.
This
Oh, now he's a weirdo. If anything, you're the weirdo. You're the one who's listening to this maniac's weirdo responses, and you're doing it just to get money. Because you want to do something strange for a little piece of change. You's weird. You're weird.
pudding, but I felt as if I was obliged to do so, considering I was an extremely broke student and needed any kind of
I'm sorry for the pausing. But guys, it should never come to this. Like, come on, dude. There's other ways to make money, man.
on. I decided to grab a large bowl from my kitchen cabinet while contemplating my conscious decision to do such a thing. As I sat in front of my laptop,
It don't even matter at
I
this
held the
point.
bowl with one hand and stuck my
She's been
index
off the
finger
deep
down
end.
my throat with the other, while simultaneously trying to regurgitate the instant noodles I had just eaten.
Ew. Ugh.
I then sent the user the video with a price tag of $100. Again, the user instantly replies in a matter of seconds with another odd request. His message read, "Cut a handful of your hair off using a knife, and I'll pay you $200. I felt pretty hesitant at first, but as I digested the odd request, I thought it would be an easy $200, considering how I always wanted to get a haircut anyway. I responded with a stern, "Sure, BRB," as I
Bro,
went into
this
the
girl will
kitchen
do
to grab a
anything,
knife
bro.
from one of the kitchen drawers. As I stared into the reflection of the blade, I began second-guessing myself, as the thought
Next
of
thing you know-
sadistically tearing my hair off with a blade seemed very inhumane.
he gonna have her
I
do some.
unfortunately allowed my stupidity to completely overcloud
Like,
my judgment, as I ended up
I don't
biting on
know.
a piece of cloth while raising my
Maybe
hair
hurt
with
someone,
one hand, and then
kill
slowly
someone.
cutting it
If
off
she's
with
that
a knife
desperate,
on my other hand.
y'all already know
I
Harsha's
remember
party.
trying my best not to make too much noise from
Their
my
animations be getting out of hand.
decisions, as the sheer distress from the back and forth carving of my hair left my scalp throbbing in an excruciating manner. I then shouted,
There's your stupid video, you sick freak. You happy now? Huh? Huh?
as I hand of my detached hair. That's when the user immediately responds with another sadistic request, saying, "Now, cut your finger off for another $200. I immediately dismissed the user using profanities and vulgar language, basically telling him to go F himself, as I simultaneously block his account. I then went into the washroom and began to sit in the bathtub to reflect on my bizarre decisions and what possessed me to do such a thing. I could then hear my phone
goofy.
vibrating on the bathroom sink several times from the notifications set on my phone. As I got out of the shower, I checked my phone, only to see the notifications were from a user with the same profile name on Instagram. I could tell that the user was obviously a stalker, as he had no followers, but was following at least a couple hundred others. I then opened the user's messages, only to see screenshots and video footage of what transpired within our OnlyFans interaction. As I scrolled up, I noticed a lengthy message from the user asking me to bring a knife to an undisclosed location if I didn't want him to send this to anyone else, almost like I was getting taunted and blackmailed at the same time. I ended up accepting the user's messages and replying with a firm,
I'm gonna sue you if you don't delete those images and videos.
He then responds with an image of my mother's Instagram and says,
You're the one who
"Is
sent
this
them
your
to him,
mom's
so
Instagram?" I then reply with,
What the Don't do it! I'm begging you!
"Go to the park now."
Okay, fine, you win. I'm leaving right now, you freak!
That's when I tucked the knife underneath the band of my leggings and began to walk towards the park. I then text the user for further instructions as I surveyed my surroundings of the park, only to see a homeless-looking individual laying on a bench.
I knew it, bro.
That's
I knew it. I literally called it. Bro. Well, it didn't happen exactly the way I said. Now she's getting blackmailed to hurt somebody.
text from the user saying, "Since you didn't want to cut your finger off, cut his, and I'll leave you alone." I then pulled out the knife and began to approach the homeless man, as I could see he was completely passed out drunk from the empty alcohol bottle laying next to the bench he was sleeping on. As I cautiously approached the man, I began to elevate his pinky in midair with one hand, while raising the knife with my other hand. I then swung the knife in one quick motion.
Oh!
That's when I ran back towards the main road as the man screamed in
Bruh.
agony. I eventually made it back to
That's
my place
crazy.
and began panting in distress and exhaustion without making it obvious to the other individuals in the household that I had initially stepped out. I then abruptly got a call on my cell phone. I was a little hesitant to answer the phone, considering I had not given out any personal information to the user. As I pull out my phone, I can see that the call was surprisingly coming from my mom. I answered the phone and said,
Hello?
What the hell is wrong with you, Sarah? Why would you do that? Why? Have you freaking lost your damn mind? You're all over the damn internet!
Shoot, bro. I just caught an ad. Get the flippity flop 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 out of here, bro. But nah, hold up. I gotta say something real quick. Let that be a lesson to all the OnlyFans, to all the OnlyFans users. You never know when you might come across a maniac, psycho / weirdo who will go to beyond lengths to satiate whatever, I guess. I don't know, honestly. The point is, you can come across weirdos. Don't do OnlyFans. Don't be a simp. Don't be down bad. You never want to be like that. Don't be a weirdo. Don't be any of that. Because nobody likes weirdo, bro. That's just weird. That's creepy. And if you do that, something's wrong with you, gang. But, we're gonna go ahead and, switch it up. We started off with that. Now, it's time to get into the next one. You guys are still watching? Oh. That's awkward. You know, yo, like editing Corey, what the freak are you doing, bro? I told you to cut this part out, gang. We're gonna excuse that. You know, editing Corey, he has some problems. You know, he doesn't really always do what I want him to do. Like when I like to sing my songs while I'm scrolling through videos to watch. He needs to learn how to cut them out. Alright. Let me see. Let me see. Alright, guys. We got one. We're gonna go ahead and do a quick. Hold on, go back. Who is it? Let me go ahead and fix my camera too. Who is it? Terrence Nicholson, my boy. The Corey Kenshin fans know who Terrence Nicholson. You know. Them suckers know. The ones who don't, well, if you don't know, well, now you know.
This story happened a couple years ago when I was in my early teens. It all started when I went to the movies with my friend Sam.
Tell us about your story, man. Tell us about your story.
The movie garnered a lot of notoriety at the time, obviously due to Heath Ledger's leading role as the Joker. I personally thought it was the greatest movie I had ever seen, considering I've seen almost every Batman movie that ever existed. I decided to buy some Dark Knight merchandise at the vendor booth located in the theater. What appealed most was how cheap the Batman masks were selling for. I didn't have a Halloween costume picked out for October yet, and neither did my friend Sam. We both collectively purchased one mask each and figured it would make for an easy costume to trick-or-treat with. I can honestly say it was an astronomical improvement from the cliche bedsheet over the head ghost I was last year. Fast forward to October 31st. Me and Sam bought Batman masks and began going door to door, looking for an opportunity to fill our candy sacks faster than any other trick-or-treater on the block. Trick-or-treat! Well, happy Halloween, Batman. Batman. That's it? Lame. Get the hell out of my property, ungrateful twat!
Oh my gosh! Yo! Dang, bro.
houses were pretty generous, with the exception of a few bad apples, to say the least. On this particular night, there wasn't many houses that had their lights on, which generally meant that they didn't really celebrate Halloween. Or in other words, they weren't giving out candy. Me and Sam were understandably upset considering we'd been walking for at least an hour. I continued trick-or-treating while Sam began to head home through the pit located in the middle of the neighborhood. Why didn't I just stay home and watch SpongeBob?
Wait, so you're telling me you let your homeboy, your homie, your best friend, your main squeezy, you let him walk alone by himself back to his house through some kind of forest or something, or park or something? Let me ask y'all this. If that was y'all friend, would you either A, stay over there, or B, go with your friend? Because anything can happen. You never know.
The pit was just a fancy nickname for the forest reserve, which was generally used for nature walks during the day. But me and Sam went there solely for the sake of a shortcut home. I began walking about half a block down when I see more houses without their lights on.
Dang.
Screw this, I'm going home. I eventually approached the pit while beating myself
you
over
should
the
have
head
been
for
left,
not
bro.
leaving at the same time as Sam. As I entered the pit, I instantly had second thoughts of taking a longer route, as this route seemed nothing short of irresponsible and dangerous.
Yep.
I ultimately decided to man up and continue walking through the pit, as I didn't want to prolong my already dreadful night. Why the hell did I have to take this route? I can barely see anything. I knew I should have dressed up as a skateboarder. I would have been home already. I remember the pit being so dark to the point where I could virtually see nothing except for whatever my cell phone light was illuminating. What the hell was that? I began walking faster as I could hear faint sounds of what sounded like a maniac clown laughing. What the hell?
Oh my gosh.
Who was there? At this point, I was so petrified I instinctively dropped my candy due to the adrenaline rush flowing through my body. I couldn't care less about the candy, as I genuinely felt like my life was in danger.
Run, bro.
That's when I saw the source of the laughter standing a few feet in front of me. It was a
Why
man
do you
dressed as
scream
the
like
Joker
that?
from the Batman movie I saw previously. He honestly looked like an exact replica of
Ugh.
Heath Ledger's with a hint of blood on his costume. What made this more disturbing was how casual his demeanor was. He just stood there smiling at me like my appearance was amusing to him. I didn't want to express the fear I felt internally, so I tried to playfully marvel at his costume and say, "Hey there, I really like your Joker costume."
Costume.
No matter how hard I tried to keep a composed poker face, my body language and mannerisms couldn't help but show the fear that bled inside of me. He then took a couple steps closer to me
Bro,
as I began
get
to
back,
push
bro.
and take a few steps backwards. Hey man, what the hell do you want from me? Why so serious? Happy Halloween. The man surprisingly walks past
Oh my
me while
gosh.
I watch him in complete shock. What the hell was that? Was that
Maniac.
some real-life Joker? At this point, I continued walking home while looking back every 2 seconds to make sure the man wasn't lurking behind me.
Yo.
I eventually make it home and watch a couple of YouTube videos, trying to forget the creepy encounter that just took place. That's when my dad pops into my room and asks me to answer the house phone. Hey, Mark, answer the house phone. Hello?
Hey, Mark, is Sam still with you?
That's when I felt my heart drop to my stomach.
What?
No, he left to go home way before I did.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my god,
How's he
why
not
did
home?
you leave without him? He's not even home!
How is that
Sam's
my
parents
fault?
end up calling the police, which resulted in an entire block search party. What came of such an innocent Halloween night turned into a nightmare. Sam's remains were eventually found in the pit.
What?
With his face lacerated into an exaggerated smile.
Oh! Dang. Dang.
trick-or-treated since, and I still live with the regret of not leaving at the same time as my friend. I informed law enforcement about the bizarre encounter with the man I saw that night. Call it speculation or whatever you want, but I know the death of my friend Sam had something to do with that sick man. Or should I say, the Joker.
Bro. Oh my gosh. This is horrible, bro. Dang.
Police are looking for any witnesses to come forward in the connection of the deadly homicide of the teen. The victim's remains were found at the local park observatory. The suspect is described to be approximately 6 feet tall, Caucasian, and was last seen wearing purple attire with a green vest and tie. Police say the suspect is described to have face paint imitating the Joker from the blockbuster hit The Dark Knight.
Batman, where were
If
you?
anyone has any tips, please contact your local law enforcement and you shall remain anonymous.
The freak?
Alright, Karen, back to you.
Bruh.
Trick or treat! Well, happy Halloween, Batman. Batman. That's it? Lame? Get the hell out of my property, Uncle!
You see what happened when you weren't grateful? Yo, bro. You see what happens when you ungrateful? My man's did a whole Mortal Kombat fatality on him. That's crazy, bro. Oh my gosh. Bro murdered him because he was ungrateful. See, kids, let that be a lesson, bro. Never be ungrateful, gang. You never know. The one person you end up being rude to could end up being a whole killer. That's that took a turn. That took a turn, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm trying to fix my freaking TV.
So, this story happened to my mum's friend in Korea about 10 years ago.
That took a turn.
Every time I hear this story, I still get chills.
Okay.
My mum's friend lived in an apartment complex in Seoul. She was a stay-at-home mother with a young daughter, and her husband was working during the days. One day, she was coming home from running errands with her daughter and got onto the elevator in her building. When she got inside the elevator, she noticed there was a man wearing a cap and a yellow raincoat, and he kept his head low, so she couldn't really see his face. She immediately felt really uneasy, and she made her daughter stand by her side, the side farthest away from the man. What made her feel even more uncomfortable was when she pressed the button for her floor, there was no other lit number. And on top of that, she noticed that he was carrying something wrapped inside newspaper close to his side.
What is that?
Things started to click in my mum's friend's head, and she started to panic and decided to take out her cell phone and pretend she was calling home to her husband, who was obviously really not at home, but at work. She started saying things like, "Oh, I'm on the elevator and about to get off. Can you get the door for me?" And making it seem like her husband was waiting at home. When the elevator did reach her floor, she quickly got off and grabbed her daughter.
Dang, nobody
and
ever does
started
that
to
anymore.
walk as fast as she could to her
Could have made it
apartment.
more believable.
She noticed that the man also got up on her floor and was slowly following her down the hallway.
Bro, what the freak do you
When my
want,
mum's
bro?
friend got to her door, she started banging on it really loudly and shouting, "Hey, Yobo, I'm home. Please open the door. Yobo means husband or dear.
Okay.
She was kind of pretending like he was coming to open the door. Upon seeing this, the man in the yellow raincoat started to walk away, back towards the elevator.
So he really was following her.
When he seemed to be far enough away, my mum's friend quickly picked up her daughter and slid open her door's passcode thingy. This is usually how people get into their homes in Korea. And she started to frantically punch in her key code. But the problem was that the buttons would make sounds, so that the man knew that no one was going to answer the door
He
for her.
heard it.
And he turned around and started to run
Oh
back
my
towards
gosh.
her. My mum's friend
Bro,
at this point
get
was
in!
frantically screaming.
Get in!
And the first thing she did when she opened the door was throw her daughter inside.
Close it!
When
Close
she
the
got
door!
inside herself, she saw that the man was practically
Close
inches away from the door.
the door!
But she managed to shut it and lock it just before he could wedge his hand or a weapon in through the...
Bro, this is the face of a madman. He looks like the person you don't want at your door. Look at his freaking face, bro. Bruh.
Afterwards, looking through the door's peephole, she saw that the man was walking away back towards the elevator.
That escalated so freaking
Several
fast.
months pass, and my mum's friend was
Oh
watching
my
the
gosh.
news, and there was a coverage on the capture of a serial killer named Yu Young Chul, who used to kill a lot of prostitutes.
Bro, he was a serial killer? You would have never known. I mean, you can't really just like say someone's a serial killer because they chase you. I mean, yeah, his intentions clearly weren't good, but no one would have ever known he was a serial killer or not. Like, bruh.
Told my mum that she could never forget the dread she felt when she saw the all too familiar yellow raincoat and the same hat that he was wearing when he was apprehended.
Bro, they escaped death.
The person who submitted this story has included a wiki page on Yu Young Chul, in case anyone was curious. It also details all of his killings. A
Wow.
link to this page can be found in the description below.
That is insane. A freaking madman. My boy Terrence Nicholson.
I will never look at life the same way after what I experienced.
Okay.
It still bothers me just thinking about it. It happened a while ago when I was working as a cashier at Starbucks. I worked
Yeah, that
part-time
Starbucks.
as there was unfortunately not enough hours available, so moving out of my parents' house wasn't the easiest endeavor to accomplish. My parents always nagged at me for the latter part of the day, which always had me stressed out. They would always send subliminal jabs alluding to me moving out. I'll never forget the time my dad confronted me while I was doing laundry.
Hey, Jason, can you ask for a raise at work?
I can't exactly do that, Dad. I'd probably get fired if I tried that.
Well, can't you work somewhere else then? I'm gonna need your room soon because I plan to make it Charlie's room.
Charlie was my baby brother.
Well, can't Charlie stay in your room a little while? I said I'm gonna need your room, damn
Oh my
it!
gosh.
Where the hell am I supposed to stay then? Figure it
Yo.
out! You've had plenty of time now!
I've always avoided going home right after work.
I wouldn't want to go home
especially after
either.
confrontations like that. I would much rather procrastinate at work after my shift was done, just to avoid the inevitable arguments that awaited me. It sounded like a better deal anyway. It'd been a few
Bruh.
weeks since the tense clash with my dad.
That's how your
My
parents
life
coming
had
at
been
you?
a little bit more bearable since I started going to this local karaoke bar located down the street from my workplace.
Yeah, man. Get
I
some
would make it a
happiness.
routine to go there after work just to instill a little more enthusiasm in my already dull life. I was a regular, so I knew all the employees on a first-name basis.
What you drinking tonight, hot stuff?
I'll get the usual, Sally.
Wait a minute. It's you again. Jason, right?
Yep, me again.
Good to see you again, Jason. One order coming right up.
Thanks, Sally. I really enjoyed coming here as it was the perfect place for guests to lounge with just a small admission fee. The bar always held live performances from various bands, so there was usually a decent-sized crowd always in attendance. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the final performance of the night. Please give it up for the lovely Katie!
Oh snap! Katie about to hook it up.
Falling for him, I can't keep away. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
I want you to stay.
Okay.
Hey kid, doesn't she have the prettiest eyes?
Bro, don't talk to me, gang. You got a purple shirt on with some yellow tannish pants. And they look like they high waters. And your head is shaped like a watermelon. Don't talk to me.
Yeah, she's definitely a pretty gal. Katie had a lot of diehard fans that would show up to support her. She was really attractive, which made older men look like young teenage boys fanboying over her. I've had the privilege of chatting with Katie after her shows before, but this time I mustered up the courage to ask her out.
Okay,
Katie,
Jason.
it's me again.
Who are you?
Jason,
Bro. Oh my gosh, that was funny.
your performances. I'm a big fan of your voice.
Thanks, Jason. I really appreciate
I think you're the best singer ever, and you're really gorgeous.
Okay, Jason, you can calm down, dog.
I was wondering if we could potentially
Oh,
exchange...
Jason. All you men are alike. I bet you just want to see what I look like without my clothes, right?
I mean, it's like, I mean, like, they're not saying that it can't, like, I mean, wouldn't walk up on you if I wasn't trying to, like, get to know you better, like. I mean, there's also there's not saying that it can't go that way, but I mean, like, dang, let a brother take you out to dinner first, like, bro, like, dang, like, she over here coming at my man Jason's jugular.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Katie nonchalantly takes my cell phone and begins punching in her contact.
Oh my gosh, really?
Holy crap, this is actually happening.
Okay,
I must be
Jason.
dreaming.
Here you go, Jason. Hope to chat with you more.
Definitely, baby. Katie. As I was on my way
Did
home,
this dude just
I
say
decided to be
definitely,
ballsy
baby?
and give Katie a goodnight text. I then noticed she had given me a link to her OnlyFans page as opposed to her phone number. What the hell is this? Well, at least I might get to see some nudes.
No, you ain't.
We never used an OnlyFans before, but if there was going to be someone's account I was going to check out, it'd be Katie's. I eventually make it home and open up her page on my computer browser. A subscription of $10 a month? Netflix doesn't even charge that much. I unfortunately didn't have the funds to purchase such things, but my curiosity was what put the nail in the coffin. I took out my credit card and shamefully typed in the details on the site. I was now officially subscribed to Katie's OnlyFans account. I began scrolling around, seeing a lot of mature content throughout her page. I can honestly say it wasn't the most regretful decision I ever made, as I got to see a different side of Katie. Or should I say, a different side...
You're simping, my boy.
...time crush. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Throughout the night, I continued to browse through more of Katie's content till it was time to head to bed. It'd been a couple of weeks since that whole ordeal occurred. I still worked as a cashier at Starbucks and made it a routine to go to the karaoke bar after work. Everything had pretty much been the same except I hadn't seen or heard about Katie since. I couldn't help but feel like I had some sort of role in Katie's sudden disappearance from the bar, so I decided to snoop around her OnlyFans once again. Later that night, I had Katie's OnlyFans open on my computer. The monthly subscription I had paid for previously was still in effect, so I could still view her content. There were 5 observations I accumulated right off the bat. The first observation was that her status said, active 5 minutes ago. I assumed she had lost interest in the singing gig and was pursuing the OnlyFans endeavor solely now. The second observation was that she began to wear sunglasses in all her recent photos. Interesting. The third observation was that her photos were being taken in an old wooden cellar, not the aesthetic bedroom that she once previously had. The fourth observation was that all her pre-existing content was deleted. Why the hell would she get rid of everything? The only thing left on Katie's page was 3 photos of her posing with sunglasses. The last observation was the one that struck me the most. I could tell her recent pictures were being taken by someone due to the shadow presented in the photos.
The frick?
Call me Sherlock Holmes if you will, but I had my suspicions that something just wasn't right. I decided to direct message Katie saying, "Hey, it's me, Jason, from the karaoke bar. I'm not sure if you remember me, but I wanted to know, why don't you perform there anymore?" About 10 minutes go by and I get no reply. She probably gets 1,000 messages. I bet she'll reply to this, though.
What?
That's when I decided to bribe Katie by sending a convincing message saying, "Hey, if I tipped you $5, could you send me a video of yourself smiling on camera?" About a minute later, I surprisingly got a response from Katie showing a hidden video with an option of unlock for $5. I end up accepting the purchase, only to see a video of Katie wearing sunglasses. She just stood in one spot, not saying anything. I then heard a male voice in the background saying, "Smile for the camera, you vermin."
Oh no.
Katie then involuntarily puts on this bizarre and unnatural smile, almost like she was a cartoon character from a Disney movie. I felt really disturbed from what I was witnessing. I decided to continue the game of charades and say, "If I give you $5 more, could you send me a video of yourself kissing the friend you're with?" About 5 minutes had passed and I got no reply. I honestly thought Katie was done with my pathetic games until I got another message of a hidden video with a $5 price tag on it. I hesitantly unlocked the video, only to see a disturbing clip of Katie saying,
"He's not my friend." Don't ever say he's my friend, because he's not. He's more than that to me. He's my everything. He's my one and only love.
That's my good girl. Oh, yeah. The young boy wants some kissing action. Let's make his money's worth, shall we?
I felt sick to my stomach. I then realized that the gentleman's appearance stood out to me like I recognized him from somewhere.
That's the same dude from the freaking karaoke bar.
But he definitely
I just peeped that.
The man then said,
I bet you love to see Katie's beautiful eyes.
But he gouged him out. He gouged him out, bro.
$5 ever spent.
There's no way. There's no way.
That's when the man removed the sunglasses from Katie's face, revealing her eye sockets with both eyeballs missing. That's when I exited my web browser and immediately turned off my computer. What the hell was that? That was wrong on so many levels. I decided to head to bed and call it a night, hoping to sleep off the nightmare I just witnessed firsthand. It's been a couple months since the incident had occurred. I haven't seen Katie's OnlyFans account since, as I assume she deleted it. Or should I say, that man in the video did. I haven't told anyone about this, and quite frankly, I don't know what to do. I still go to the karaoke bar with an optimistic attitude that one day I'll see Katie again.
You ain't never gonna see her again. Oh my gosh.
I can't keep away. Are you listening? I want you to stay before you go. I want you to know that I'm down. Hey kid, doesn't she have the prettiest eyes you've ever seen? For you.
I knew that guy was bad news. The moment we laid eyes on him. Knew it. Freaking psycho.
This all took place a couple of years back. I was walking my dog through a local park late one night and decided to take a little break on one of the park benches. I sat down and immediately felt something under my butt. It was a USB flash drive, which had either been forgotten or abandoned by somebody.
Put it on the ground.
I waited around for maybe 5 minutes to see if somebody would come back and claim it. Nobody did, so I just put it in my pocket.
I gotta readjust this.
Like I said. So the box lost and found
We
it
fixed
was
it.
closed. I planned to head back there in the morning before work and hand it over. Maybe the owner might come by and collect it. Probably a student who had some work assignments on it, I figured.
Okay.
As I sat at home, my curiosity got the better of me.
Bro,
and
you
I
brought
decided
that
to take a
random
quick look at what was on the USB.
home,
I
bro.
plugged it into my computer and checked its contents.
Wow, she is stupid.
Strange. There was only one file on the USB. An Excel file of all things. Some poor schmuck must have lost this thing after its first use. The file was simply titled Little Black Book. Needless to say, I opened the document. It was just a large collection of names, addresses, and numbers. Mr. X, Tudor Hill Drive, 52,750.
The heck?
Mrs. Y, Springfield Avenue, 47,300. Dr. Z, Deacon Street, 52,200, etc. The list ran on and on, probably 40 or 50 names and addresses in total.
Heck, bro?
At least 25 of them have been highlighted in red. The rest were just in black. Strange.
Names and
Why
addresses.
would someone go through the trouble of making an Excel file with all this information in it, then saving it onto an empty USB as the only file? Were these someone's clients? Someone's friends?
Maybe,
no
or maybe
idea.
it was left there on
And what
purpose.
were the numbers next to each name supposed
You
to be?
don't know. You just picked it up.
They were all in the same ballpark, between 30 and 60,000. And I decided to dig a little deeper and look up a few of the names and addresses,
Of course you did.
just to sate my curiosity, you know. I started with a couple of the names in black. It looked like these really were real people and their real addresses. Okay. Still didn't give any indication about what the numbers meant, though. I looked up one of the names in red. Mr. X. That's when things took a darker turn. Mr. X was indeed a real person, and the address listed was indeed his. But he had passed away a few years back under mysterious circumstances. The same was true of Mrs. Y, Dr. Z, and all the other names listed in red on the document.
What?
They'd all perished, either under mysterious circumstances or through some sort of unfortunate accident. Starting to worry that this USB might have belonged to someone in the cleanup business, so to speak, I began to put the pieces of the puzzle together and figured I knew what the numbers next to each name meant.
You think? Now you want to start
They
thinking
were the
about that?
amount that the people had been contracted for. This was a hit list.
Duh.
I immediately called up the authorities
Clearly
and
it
handed
is.
the USB over to them, telling them where I'd found it and what the information pertained to. They took it from there, and I haven't heard anything else about it since. Had somebody left the USB on the bench intentionally for somebody else to come and collect?
That's
Or
what
had
I-
it simply fallen out of the owner's pocket?
That's what I thought.
I still don't know. Probably never will. But I'm glad that nobody came by that park bench during those 5 minutes I waited around.
Because you would have got
It
bodied.
was dark. The park was completely empty. And the owner or collector really wouldn't have wanted that USB to fall into somebody else's hands. Who knows what they might have done.
Was that them or him?
The Tempur-Pedic breeze makes sleep feel
Oh,
cool.
see, they hit me with them ads. Not today, not today, not today.
Park bench during those 5 minutes I waited around. It was dark. The park was completely empty. And the owner or collector really wouldn't have wanted that USB to fall into somebody else's hands. Who knows what they might have done.
That one just gave me like an eerie feeling. Bound in imagery in Ariane.
I've been holding on to this for a couple of years now and feel like I need to get it off my chest. I had a few years to digest this, and now I'm ready to share my story with the world.
Speak your story.
I wish to remain anonymous, so for the sake of this story, my name will be Danny.
Okay.
The details of this story remain vivid, but somewhat foggy, as I try to reminisce on the distant memories that occurred a couple of years ago. It all started when me and my parents resided together in an old townhouse, which was located in a neighborhood notorious for having a high crime rate.
Beat up and trashed.
I never liked living there, and neither did my parents, but it was the only thing that we could afford at the time.
Right.
My parents were a little rough around the edges, considering they had both been through a lot in their younger years. My dad has had a few run-ins with the law, while my mom lost both her parents at a very young age. Both been through a lot in their younger years. My dad is...
Your dad looked like he the type of one you don't want to share a cell with. Look at his arm. Need I say more? If you know, you know. That's all I'm going to say about that.
With the law, while my mom lost both her parents at a very young age, so seeing them edgy at times didn't faze me at all. Well, I'm doing my best, all right?
Can you do something else? What you're doing isn't working.
I'd like to see you do better.
Dang.
Well, do better, damn it!
Shut the hell up already. I'm tired of hearing you nag all day.
Dang.
Shut up, you bum!
Almost every night, I could hear the constant back and forth bickering that occurred for hours on end between my parents. They would always fight over what I assumed to be financial related issues, which had only gotten worse over the years. My parents both didn't really make much money on their respective jobs, so hearing them argue was almost a daily occurrence. I was always scared that things would turn violent, especially with the way these two went at it. I remember one night, I was in my bed trying to induce myself to sleep by watching a couple of YouTube videos on my cell phone.
Just seen that one.
I could hear the usual shouting match coming from the kitchen downstairs. It honestly sounded like they were at the point where they were going to be in a physical altercation. I pressed my ear against my bedroom door and could hear the distant bickering become more hostile between my parents.
Go down there and stop it.
I can make out my mom saying,
If you don't get a real job, I'm taking Danny and we're moving out!
"What in the hell are you talking about? He doesn't even like you."
Shut up! Shut up! Shut the hell up!
I remember hearing sounds of my mom opening up the kitchen drawer,
She's reaching for
which led
something.
me to assume she was searching for something sharp
Knife.
and potentially do the unthinkable.
Break it up.
That's when I decided to head downstairs and mediate the feud to hopefully put it to rest.
Yeah.
As I approached the kitchen, I could see my mom holding a huge knife in an overhand grip, the kind of grip that someone uses in preparation of stabbing someone. I could also see my dad holding one of the dining room chairs, in which I assumed was his defense mechanism.
What are you doing here, Danny? Didn't I tell you never to leave your room unless you have to use the washroom?
I'm sorry, Mom, but I heard you and...
Go to your room, you little turd!
Don't...
Oh my gosh. Bruh. Give me the knife, Mom. give me the knife. Yo.
Don't tell me what to do, mother.
Mom, please don't kill Dad.
I said go to your room, Danny.
Leave
Or
Danny
what?
alone and put the knife away, Helen. That's when my mom
Bro,
began
what's wrong with her?
torturing us. Except she was only piercing the portion with my dad's face. Mom, stop! Please stop it!
Oh my God.
It's been a couple weeks after the whole saga had occurred. My parents ended up getting a divorce, which unfortunately left me to reside with my mother.
Oh no.
The court unfortunately ruled that my mom would be in favor of getting custody of me due to my dad's criminal history with the law. I honestly contemplated on running away due to how much I dreaded living with her.
Dang.
Especially with how toxic and controlling her behavior was.
That's sad, bro.
I would spend most of my time locked in my bedroom, sulking on why I couldn't live a normal life like the rest of the younger individuals in my neighborhood. Why in the hell do I have to live with her? Why couldn't I just live with Dad? He was always the better parent. I can't stand her. I wish she were dead.
Whoa. Calm down, Danny. Calm down.
What made this even worse was the fact that I had a curfew during my school days. I didn't even have time to join any after-school clubs or sports teams due to the simple fact that I was too worried about not making it home on time. I remember my mom locked me out of the house for several hours due to the fact that I was 5 minutes past my curfew. The one thing I found even more aggravating was how my mom permanently banned me from going to the local Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You've gone too far now. You took Chuck E. Cheese away from my boy? Bro, when I was younger, I think I almost went to Chuck E. Cheese almost every birthday. You took Chuck E. Cheese away from my boy? Where a kid could be a kid. You took that away from my boy? Oh, nah. You crossed every line. You broke in every possible rule. What the freak is wrong with you? These parents and these Jones is crazy, man. I swear.
Located down the street from my residence. For those that aren't familiar with Chuck E. Cheese, it's a restaurant that has arcade games.
It's
and
the
play games
restaurant
for younger crowds such as
Or
myself.
at least it used to be.
I enjoyed going there.
I did too.
As it would bring back fond memories of when me and my dad used to go. I usually went to Chuck E. Cheese every time it was my birthday, just as a tradition.
That literally was me.
When we all used to live together. But all of that is gone now. My mom took my entire childhood away from me.
Dang.
Which I find equivalent to ripping my heart out of my chest.
That's sad, bro.
She selfishly didn't want me going because she didn't want me to be reminded of my dad's existence. The rules and restrictions I had to abide by really made it difficult to make any friends, which put me in a dark state of mind for the latter part of my life. There was
This
one
is
night
sad.
where I decided to approach my mom and convince her to bring me to Chuck E. Cheese for my upcoming birthday. I honestly cared more about Chuck E. Cheese than my actual birthday itself.
Right.
Which is why I ended up using it as an excuse to go there. Hey, Mom, can we please go to Chuck E. Cheese for my...
No, Daddy, I already told you this.
But it's for my birthday.
No.
I
Bruh.
anticipated the rebuttal my mom was going to throw at me, but that didn't stop me from being persistent with my request. After a few tears and relentless pleading, my mom eventually caved in and agreed to take me there on my birthday. The exhilaration of going to Chuck E. Cheese after all these months was honestly something I would
Hold
compare
up.
to an inmate
What was that?
to take me.
Oh, look at that. You probably can't even see it. They got the Corey Kenshin Easter egg in there. That's dope. Shout out to all shout out to all samurai. You know, yeah, I'm sure a lot of you guys already know I am a samurai myself. Probably can't even see it. I am a samurai myself. Then you really can't see it. This is my my little figurine collectible. Man, shout out to Corey Kenshin, man. He's one of my inspirations. He's the one who inspired me to do YouTube. Like he's legendary, bro. Shout out to Corey, man. Real rap. For real. That's a great Easter
The
egg.
exhilaration of going to Chuck E. Cheese after all these months was honestly something I would compare to an inmate getting released from jail.
Oh my
I felt
gosh.
so
Oh my gosh.
excited, to the point where I didn't even care about anything else.
Look at his eyes.
Just me,
Ugh.
the place that I once grew to love. My birthday eventually arrived, and it was time for me to finally visit Chuck E. Cheese once again. It was about the evening time, so the venue was usually packed to full capacity. I couldn't help but marvel at what was in front of me, as I genuinely felt I was a
Jungle
kid
Gym.
in a candy shop. Pinch me. I must be dreaming. I immediately started playing the arcade games while my mom wandered off to grab some food.
Footless.
I remember being so hungry, but at the same time so infatuated with every arcade game that was in front of me. I couldn't help but indulge in countless games, as I knew this could be my very last time
Yeah,
at Chuck
man.
E. Cheese.
Enjoy yourself.
That's when I felt a strange tap on my shoulder. I turned towards the direction of where I felt the tap,
The
only to see a
freak?
large Chuck E. Cheese rat hovering over me. I was a little alarmed that the mascot would approach me, considering there were hundreds of
That's
guests
gotta be
in
pizza
attendance.
sauce.
Hey, Chucky?
Gotta be.
The mascot didn't say anything. He just stood there staring at me with his big, elongated eyes. I noticed he had red stains on his costume, which I assumed to be pizza stains.
Yeah. That's
Then
definitely
I
pizza
noticed
stains.
the stains had transferred onto the shoulder area of my shirt from the tap he did earlier. I now knew that these were definitely not pizza stains.
What?
They had to be blood stains of some
Oh
sort.
no.
Chucky, is she gone? Yeah, she is.
Wait,
Here,
what?
Take my hand, Danny.
Huh?
Missed you, Dad. You too, son.
Hold up, go back.
Not pizza stains. It had to be
I'm trying to.
stains of
They
some
put
sort.
some kind of image in there that we missed. Hold on, y'all.
Chucky. Is she?
Y'all not about to just skip past that.
Yeah, she. Yes. Here. Take my. I missed you, Dad. I miss you too, son.
Bro. I tried to get it on there, but I couldn't.
To be blood stains of some sort.
It's.
I missed you, Dad. I miss you too, son. Definitely not pizza stains.
Bro.
They had to be
I'm
blood
trying to
stains
freak.
of
Hold on. I might have to slow it.
Chucky, is she gone? Yeah, she is. Here. Take.
Let me slow this John down. Hold on. I had to put it all the way on slow. Yo! Bro. Bruh. I don't think it's working. I try slowing it down, but
Here. Take my hand, Danny.
oh, dang, bro, the dad, he blew her brains out. Wow. Wow. Yo, these plot twists are insane.
It's you too, son.
That's crazy. Bro. That's all the videos? Yeah. Yeah, let me go ahead and hit that like. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and hit that subscribe one time. Yo, Horror Shorts Party is absolutely insane, bro. Those were the first one we reacted to with the girl that did the OnlyFans. That one was crazy. And then this one we just seen, yo, these plot twists were insane. We learned quite a few lessons. Don't be simps. Don't be down bad. Don't be on OnlyFans. Don't be ungrateful. Unless you want to end up getting a Mortal Kombat fatality. And for the last one, never take Chuck E. Cheese away from a kid. That's really all I got. But nah, with all jokes aside, these videos were crazy. I hope y'all had as much fun as I did. And with all that being said, I'll see y'all boys in the next one. Make sure y'all final flash that like button for your boy. That hit that subscribe button one time for your boy. Because it's free and you can always change your mind. Won't hold it against you. But yeah. Other than that, I'll see y'all boys in the next one. It's your boy Black G the OG. We out.